10 cities that won't be around for too long. Houston, Texas. Parts of Houston are sinking at an astonishing rate of 2 inches per year because of excessive groundwater pumping. The more Houston sinks, all the more vulnerable it becomes to increasingly frequent calamities such as Hurricane Harvey, which has damaged nearly 135,000 homes and displaced approximately 30,000 people. Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bangladesh produces approximately 0.3% of the emissions that contribute to climate change. However, the country is facing some major consequences due to rising sea levels. Oceans could easily flood 17% of Bangladesh's land and also displace around 18 million of its citizens by 2050. Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta is reportedly sinking up to 6.7 inches per year due to excessive groundwater pumping. This is what creates a change in pressure and volume, thus causing the land to sink. Most of the city could easily be underwater by 2050. The Indonesian government had recently approved a plan to move the capital about 100 miles away from its current location right on the island of Java. This was to protect its 10 million residents from even more flooding. The move would take at least 10 years and would cost $33 billion. Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos's terribly low coastline continues to erode, and rising seas, which are caused by global warming, have put Africa's largest city in trouble of serious flooding. A 2012 study done from the University of Plymouth discovered that a sea level rise of almost 3 to 9 feet would have extremely catastrophic effects on human activities in these regions. Global sea levels in this region are expected to rise 6.6 feet by the end of this century. Venice, Italy. Venice is sinking at an unbelievably alarming rate of 0.08 inches every year. Italy initially began building a flood barrier consisting of almost 78 gates across its 3 inlets back in 2003. The barrier was supposed to be completed back in 2011 but was estimated to not be ready until 2022. When a series of storms hit Venice back in 2018, the $6.5 billion project was still left incomplete. This flooding was the worst that the city had ever seen in a decade. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Virginia Beach reportedly has one of the fastest rates of sea level rising on the East Coast, factoring in both the rising water levels as well as the sinking land. The National Oceanic and the Atmospheric Administration estimates that Virginia Beach could experience almost 12 feet of sea level rise easily by 2100. Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok is reportedly sinking at a rate of more than a centimeter per year and could easily be below sea level by 2030, according. Bangkok is reportedly sinking at a rate of more than a centimeter per year and could easily be below sea level by 2030, according. That can hold nearly 1 million gallons of rainwater known as Chulalongkorn University Centenary Park. New Orleans, Louisiana. Parts of New Orleans are reportedly sinking at an alarming rate of 2 inches each year and could easily be underwater by the year 2100. Certain parts of New Orleans are also almost 15 feet below sea level, and its location, which is based on a river delta, actually increases the exposure to a rise in sea levels and flooding. Rotterdam, Netherlands. The New York Times has stated that at least 90% of the city of Rotterdam is astonishingly below sea level. Much like Bangkok's Chulalongkorn University Centenary Park, the Dutch have gone ahead and built water parks that reportedly double as reservoirs for the increasing water levels. Miami, Florida. Miami's water level continues to increase at an alarming rate, putting it in trouble of sinking. It is said that the city is now preparing for a rise of 5 to 6 feet by 2100. As of now, Miami constantly possesses threats of floods and hurricanes, as well as contaminated drinking water. Also, as Miami is quite populated and urbanized, it is a lot more vulnerable to the rising water levels.